Hey guys, and happy Saturday. So today it is the So You Think You Can Craft challenge, and we are using craft sticks. And I have tons of craft sticks, different shapes, different sizes. These are the super jumbo ones. I got these at Walmart. Now these are smaller than the gigantic ones and bigger than the tongue depressor size. So that's the ones that I'm using for this, but you make it whatever size you want. I wanted it to be this size to kind of go with this piece of cardboard that I had because this is the size that I wanted, and that made no sense, but you know what I mean. So so this is the size that I went with. So I'm going to use 4 of them. I'm going to glue two. Well, first I'm going to cut the rounded edges off and make them the size that I want. And then once I cut the rounded edges off of them, I am going to start assembling my little DIY together here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making a little recipe holder, and it's going to look like a little rolling pin. And I'll give you a few options in case you can't find everything that I use. And I didn't use anything spectacular, but I'll give a few options just in case. But I'm just, like I said, cutting off the rounded edges down to the size. You can make this bigger, smaller, whatever shape you want. You can make it into whatever you want. So once I am done cutting down those edges, I'm going to glue two of the craft sticks together horizontally on the side there. And I'm just using some wood glue from the Dollar Tree. This, it works just fine for something small like this. I didn't think I needed any like Gorilla Glue or anything like that, just because, it's just a small piece and it doesn't need to be like super durable or anything like that, because I am going to be using another craft stick to reinforce it. So this here is the gigantic craft stick. These are the ones that I get from Walmart. And I'm just going to cut down a piece to kind of hold the two craft sticks together, kind of reinforce it, give it a little bit more stability, and make it a little bit more durable. That's why I said you don't really need to do anything else or use, anything else, because I am going to be reinforcing it. And I'm just going to go ahead, take some hot glue, and I'm going to glue that little piece into the center of those two craft sticks that I cut down. And then once you finish doing that, what I should have done at this point was I should have cut down my little fan shaped, or I don't know, handle shaped craft stick down, but I didn't do that. So you'll see here in a little bit how I kind of worked around that. But if you're going to be doing this right now, you would be cutting down the little handles to your rolling pin and you would glue those on. But it worked out just fine. It wasn't a big deal. So then I'm going to do the same thing with these two craft sticks, and I'm going to glue those together, and this is going to be my top piece. So this will be the part that you actually see, when you're looking at the little uh, recipe holder. And so I'm just going to take a little bit more hot glue, put a couple beads of hot glue in there, and I'm going to glue the two pieces together, kind of sandwich that one craft stick in the middle. I feel like I'm babbling, like none of this makes sense, but so glad you can see what I'm doing because I'm not explaining it very well today. Um, so this is what it's going to look like. You'll have two pieces on the top, two pieces on the bottom, and then the one craft stick in the middle kind of holding everything together. So this is where I noticed that I should have probably done this step first. But what I did is I used these little fan craft sticks. I don't think it's fan craft stick. It's called something else. I can't remember. But they're curved. So they have like these little ridges or little curves on them. So that is what I'm using for my handles because I just thought it worked out perfect. So I got these from Hobby Lobby, and here they are. That's what they're called. I should have stopped it there, but anyway, I got them from Hobby Lobby, and you can get them probably at Michael's as well. So the way that I rectified messing up was I just took some hot glue and put it in between the two pieces that I put together, and then I just stuck that handle right in there, and it worked out fine. I just kind of pressed it together. The glue held it perfectly. It's still holding up. and it works just fine. So it worked out. So this is what you're left with. Now you're just going to sand it down, kind of smooth out all the rough edges, anything that's not even, and just go through the whole thing and just smooth it on out. So guys, today is the So You Think You Can Craft challenge, and I host this every month, and I will post everything on my community tab every month when it's coming up. And today my co-hosts are the amazing crafting cousins, and guys, if you haven't checked them out, you're truly missing out. I'll have all their information in my description box along with the playlist, and you can check that out. And be sure to, let everybody know that you came over from my channel. If you're coming over here from the playlist, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. And if you're so inclined, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stick around. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use this handheld manual drill. It's a mini drill that I got from Beebeecraft, and this thing comes in handy. Oh my goodness, I've used it so many times for stuff like this. And if you have a crocodile, I think it's called a crocodile. If you have one of those, that would work perfectly too. But I don't have one. I'm hoping to be able to invest in one soon, but this works perfectly. You can even use just a regular drill, but this didn't break the wood or anything like that. And you just take it, and this is the biggest drill bit that they had in the pack. And you just go ahead and you twist it, and then once you're done making the hole, you just go the opposite way and take it on out. And this worked great for this, these craft sticks. It wasn't rough on it. Like I said, it didn't crack it or anything like that. So I just went ahead and put 3 holes in there. And this one, it was at 1, 3, and 5 inches. And that just kind of worked out perfectly for the size that I was working on. But again, you just kind of make it as big or as small as you want. Use as many holes as you want. Just you adjust it to the whatever size you're working on. So then I had this craft or scrapbook paper. I don't know what's going on with my lighting here. It's kind of weird, but nonetheless, you take your whatever you want to use for the cover here. This just happens to be some scrapbook paper that I had on hand that I really thought was cute and would go perfectly for my recipe holder. And then I'm just going to cut it down to fit this piece of cardboard that I got. It's like in some packaging for something. You could either use double-sided tape, or you could Mod Podge it, or use any kind of glue, or however you want to hold it down. And this is not even necessary. You can just use cardstock if you want to, but I want it to be a little bit more durable and a little bit thicker. So I took this little thin piece of cardboard, and then I cut down my craft paper to match the size and just taped it down. And I love this double-sided tape from the Dollar Tree. It works great, so that's definitely a good option. So then I went ahead, just glued that scrapbook paper onto the piece of cardboard. And it's not like a thick piece of cardboard, but it's like that cardboard that you find like when you buy a t-shirt or something and it's folded up. That's what it is. So I'm using that just to kind of reinforce it a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead, punch holes into my covers and punch holes into my recipe cards. Now you can use any recipe cards you want. You can use index cards if you can't find recipe cards, or if you don't have any and you want to start, you can just use index cards and maybe decorate them with washi tape if you want to, or just use index cards. It doesn't really matter. I got these book rings at Dollar Tree. I buy them all the time. These are the 1-inch size, but they also have 2 other sizes that are bigger than this. So you can, definitely just adjust it to whatever size you need, depending on how many, recipe cards you have. Now I'm going to be making this one so I can start putting recipes in it, but I also want to make one for my essential oil recipes. I'm a rep for Simply Earth, and they send recipes every month and they are so good. Like, some of them are great. I'll have my links for all that stuff in the description box if you're interested in buying any of the Simply Earth or just checking them out. They work great. I use them around my house for all kinds of stuff. So definitely check them out. So I will be making another one of these just for my essential oils. But guys, that's all. Once you're done putting all the recipe cards in there, you just go ahead and lock up the little rings. One of them was giving me a hard time, but I got it closed. And then you can decorate it. You can write recipes on there. You can, You know, you can put mom's kitchen, you can put anything you want to, write on there, or even just leave it just like that. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you a few options here and some pictures at the end. But guys, that's it. That's how simple this is. And again, you can make it as big as you want. So if you want to use like actual regular size paper, you can do that as well. But I just thought this was so adorable, and I've been wanting to make it for a while, and craft sticks challenge was the perfect time to do it. So, and then you can use anything to kind of hold it up. You can use twine, you can use another one of the rings, you can do whatever, whatever you want. And that is all that I did with this. So guys, here's what they look like. Here are the options. And again, you can do whatever you want with them. So thanks for watching, and until next time, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. Bye.